Let's start with the next question. Assume that Ajay is traveling between two places whose distance is x kilometers. So in the first case, in the question that is mentioned, Ajay covers certain distance with his own speed, but when he reduces his speed by 10 km per hour, what happens? His time duration for the journey increases by 40 hours. That means when he's reducing his speed by 10 km per hour, okay, 10 km per hour, in that case his time is going to increase by 40 hours. So this is the first case. So let's try to write an equation for this. So if I try to calculate the difference of times, which is T2 this one and this is T1. So what is T2 minus T1? T2 minus T1 is nothing but 40 hours. Are you clear? Because T2 is T1 T plus 40 and T1 is T. Okay. And now what is T2 actually? Velocity is distance by time, but time is distance by velocity. T2 is nothing but x by what is velocity in this case? V minus 10. Similarly, we have the distance by what is the velocity in the initial case? It is v. So it is equal to 40, right? So this becomes x into v minus v plus 10 by v into v minus 10. Okay, in this case this becomes 40, and then I write this equation properly as x into 10 by v into v minus 10, which becomes 40, right? Now I'll cancel this into this, so finally I'll get x is equal to 4 into v minus 10. So this is your equation 1. Okay, let's try to solve the next equation. What is it? Let's try to solve the next equation. But what is the next equation? Next equation, for that we need to read the question given in the. So they're mentioning that if he now increases the speed by 5 km per hour, so when v is increased by v plus 5, the time is reduced by 10 hours. He takes 10 hours less than the original time, which is t minus 10, right? Now if I want to know the equation for this particular case, what I'm supposed to, this is T1 and T2. So I'll do T1 minus T2 because I want to get a positive difference, because T minus 10, right? So it is T minus T plus 10. So it is 10 hours. So the difference is 10 hours. But what is T1? T1 is nothing but x by v. But what is T2? It is x by v plus 5 is equal to 10. So this is something which we are supposed to calculate, right? So now I would solve this, and after solving I get x is equal to 2y into y plus 5. This is after solving. I'm not solving it again because it is making a redundant problem again. So I have two equations, which is x is equal to 4v into v minus 10 and x is equal to this is 2v into v plus 5. So 2v into v plus 5. Okay, now this is equation 2. Let's equate these two equations. We have 4v into v minus 10 and I have 2v into v plus 5, and this gets cancelled, this, and then we have 2 into 2 is 4, and then we have 2v minus 20 is equal to v plus 5, and then v is going to become 25. But what are we supposed to find in this equation? A question. They're asking us to find the distance covered by Ajay. So I've got velocity with me, I've got the speed. So what is the distance traveled by this particular person? It's very, very simple. I have the velocity as 25 kmph. Okay, and if you look at this question, I have x is equal to 4v into v minus 10. Like I have different equations with me. So I'll try to substitute this into this particular equation. So x is equal to 4 into 25 and then 25 minus 10. Then I have 100 into 15. Then I get the distance as 1500 kilometers. So this is the answer for this question. Thank you so much.